Hi, I'm Adam. I'm Ben's friend.
And I'm Lizzie. I'm Ben's sister.
Reading is an effective skill that almost anybody can build. This can be something as simple as reading nonfiction books, such as The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, or reading more complex fiction books, such as 100 Years of Solitude or The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Ultimately, reading is going to be important not only for building soft skills, such as I'll mention later, but also more hard skills through the practice of active reading. Ultimately, in order to get a more clear idea of what we'll be talking about, we should go over the definitions of soft skills, hard skills, and active reading. Soft skills are going to be attributes which enable someone to interact effectively with others. This can be something as simple as building trustworthiness or loyalty with your peers around you, or it can be more complex as building leadership skills and communication skills, which can be applied to both peers and mentors around you, and also broader topics such as within business meetings. Hard skills are going to be learned abilities acquired through practice. This is going to be things which you can learn and then practice immediately. Something as simple as maybe knot tying, or maybe something more complex, such as learning about differential equations and calculus, or financial literacy. And finally, active reading is going to be reading with a determination to understand a piece of writing's relevance to you. This is going to be perhaps taking notes or asking yourself questions while you're reading in order to learn more about what in that reading is important to you as a person. The first soft skill we will go over is leadership. Books that I would recommend for this would be Originals by Adam Grant, or perhaps the Scouting Handbook, which each scout has to read in order to obtain the final rank of Eagle Scout. Ultimately, both of these books are going to be very good in not only allowing you to increase your leadership skills through things such as trustworthiness and loyalty, but the Scouting Handbook in and of itself also provides a good step-by-step process in order to effectively lead, which would be the EDGE method, which is explaining something to an individual, demonstrating it for that individual so that they can follow along, guiding that individual so that they can learn how to do it themselves, and then enable them so that they are able to then teach these skills on to someone else. In scouting, this would be along the lines of knot tying or teaching an individual how to effectively put up a tent with others. The next soft skill which we will go over is going to be communication skills. This could be learned in the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, or even our very own communication textbook, which we have to read throughout the class. Ultimately, both of these are going to be important not only for helping you to communicate more effectively with peers and individuals around you so that you can finish, say, school projects or simple projects with other individuals, but it will also allow you to be able to connect with and to participate in business meetings and other meetings of that like in the future. Hard skills which are easy to learn for reading would be something such as knot tying. Ultimately, knot tying is a very simple skill which can be used in many areas of life, such as tying knots onto fishing hooks so that your hook doesn't come off of your line, or, as I'll demonstrate here, connecting two pieces of rope. Ultimately, I'll go over the square knot, which is also taught in the Scouting Handbook. Ultimately, this will be taking one part of your rope, putting it over the other side, going through this loop, and then going over the other end and going through the middle. Ultimately, this is good for connecting two pieces of rope, which is an important skill that everyone should learn, because it'll come in handy for, say, tying down lighter objects when it's storming outside, or just tying two pieces of frayed rope together, as I've demonstrated here. You can also do a variation of the square knot taught in the Scouting Handbook, which would be the thieves knot, which would be putting this end over, similar to the square knot, through the hole, but then instead of putting this side over and through the hole, you put this end over. Ultimately, this is just going to be a good variation of the square knot, which allows you to connect two pieces of rope together without them becoming more frayed. And the final hard skill, which I'll go over, is going to be financial literacy, which you can learn about in The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Ultimately, this book is really good in helping you build not only basic financial literacy skills, saying learning how to keep track of your money and saving it effectively, but will also help you to build wealth building skills and to learn how to invest basic income in the near future. Finally, active reading is a good skill which everyone should participate as mentioned previously. This is going to be, as mentioned previously, say taking notes in the margin of your book or asking yourself questions, but this can also be something such as taking notes in a journal outside of the book or bookmarking important quotes that you find throughout each novel that you read. Ultimately, this is going to be helpful in not only helping to remember what you read within a book, but will also help you to more effectively put forward these soft skills and these hard skills. Reading in and of itself isn't super helpful, but when you participate in active reading, you are able to build not only on some soft skills and hard skills which you have learned previously, but you are also able to build newer soft skills and hard skills. Specifically, outside of knot tying and financial literacy, reading is good for learning computer programming or languages, and also soft skills other than leadership and communication, which can be learned through reading, are trustworthiness and loyalty, which I mentioned previously, but can also be something as simple as being able to communicate with, say, children, or being able to teach other individuals about other soft skills, which I mentioned previously. Ultimately, this is something that anyone can and should learn and should be participating in every single day.